This is going to be a quick video of my bug out bag slash 72-hour bag that I've had put together for quite a while now. I just thought I'd lay it all out here real quick and just give you guys a quick rundown on what I carry in it, and at the very end here we'll put it all back in the pack and I'm going to do a weight check and see how much this thing weighs. First, let's talk about the backpack. I'm not sure how many liters this one is. I knew when I bought it, but it's been a couple years now. It's got some nice waist straps here with pockets on each side. I carry a BB gun, CO2 BB gun pistol, and just about a 6-inch blade here. It's got an outside pocket here, one big open pocket here, and it has a bladder spot so you can carry a camel pack if you'd like. Nice thick padded straps where I keep a compass, and a nice padded back. Overall, I definitely recommend this backpack. It's a good backpack. You can get it at Big 5 for a pretty good price. Outdoor Products Skyline 8.0. The first thing I want to talk about is my shelter options. This is actually the top to a real tent. Just the cover that goes across the top. It's quite large. That comes in quite handy. I have a 9x12 drop cloth I got from the dollar store for $1. And then a cheap Harbor Freight tarp just to have a little bit more water resistance there. Next I have my Tech hatchet. Not much for chopping wood, but it's okay. It's lightweight. I got a couple large knives there. We'll jump down over here. This is my tackle kit slash sewing kit. Basically got a little of all that in there. This little container here carries 2 of these. It's a spare battery pack that goes into these flashlights, so there's 1 in each flashlight, and then I have 2 spares in here. Fingernail clippers, I got a Swiss Army knife, and a couple 9-volt batteries, which are always good for starting fires and other things. I have a small tool kit here. Zigzag papers burn really well for fire starting reasons. This is just a screwdriver, some mini screwdrivers, some different odd end bits, super glue, chapstick, and a cork. You never know when you need to work on your weapons or work on other things or pry into things, so tools are always nice to have. Moving on from there, let's move down here actually. So we touched on these flashlights. This is a cranking flashlight. You can crank it and get light instantly with no batteries, so if everything gets wet or if you just run out of batteries, you have light. Another flashlight here. This one I would put on my belt. It's also got a multi-tool inside here, similar to this one but larger. Here's a mini multi-tool. And another flashlight here with flashing lights for stress signaling. BBs for the BB gun pistol here. Earplugs, 2 different ones here. If you're planning on doing some shooting and you have the time to put these in, I would recommend it. Just might as well protect your ears. We got some more chapstick here. Another multi-tool. Another small knife. These 2 knives here are like my beat up, get messed up knives. If you really need to do some hacking, this would be the one I would use. I made this one out of a file. I can make a video on that if you're interested. Leave a comment and I can make a video on how to make one of those. Not jump over there yet. A couple glow sticks here. A marker in case you need to write a message or make a sign. Right here I have a fire kit, which if you'd like to know what's in it, basically on one side I just have like candles, matches. This is cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. Really good fire starter. It catches a spark. Really nicely. And then on this side it just has like a small lighter, some waterproof matches, magnifying glass, some candles, things like that make fire starting easy. And of course I got a ferro rod here. This is just 2 pill bottles. I got some duct tape stored by wrapping them around here several times, so you have extra tape as well. As far as entertainment goes, you got the Walking Dead playing cards in case you get long boring nights there. And the next thing I'm going to talk about here is the food, which basically I got some Wise Company creamy pasta here, oatmeal, there's some tea bags in here, some bouillon. Might as well make, if you're boiling water you want it to taste decent, that's the way to do it. Bouillon cubes or tea bags. There's some mixed nuts in there. There's some plastic silverware in there as well. But also there's this little silverware kit. There's a spoon, knife, and fork there. Water bottles crush down quite nicely. You can store a couple empty ones, hardly any space at all, and then you just take the cap off, blow them up, and you have a way to store water. A little bit of foil goes a long way when you're cooking out in the woods. This is a little water filter I made. If you're interested on how this is made, you can leave a comment in the comments below, and if I get enough of them, I'll go ahead and make a video on how to make one of these. But it's basically just some carbon here, and you've got some cotton here. See the flow this way, so it'll go through cotton, through the carbon, through some more cotton, and out these little holes into your catch pan or whatever. You just filter it before you boil it that way. This will help you draw water from a hole. If you dig a hole in the sand and you got to suck water out from the water table, you can use this to pull the water up. Hand sanitizer. This stainless steel cup can be used for multiple things, including boiling water, which is the main reason why it's in here. As far as hygiene goes, we got just some simple baby wipes, some tissues. In here, some toilet paper, tissues, some soaps, a couple tampons. There's toothbrush, toothpaste, everything you need basically right there in that kit. Couple waterproof bags here, gallon bags, and some, I believe these are 30-gallon trash bags. We got a emergency blanket, a handkerchief, some cordage here. You never have enough cordage. An extra belt. You don't want your pants falling off when you're trying to run from zombies. We got Under Armour, a couple of washcloths, a pair of gloves, and a spare pair of socks. The last section I want to talk about here is the first aid kit. Quite extensive, and if you ask me, it's one of the most important things to have in a bug out bag. Let's just start on this end here. I got several ace bandages for sprained wrists, ankles, etc. So we got some medical masks here in case we need to do some things where we don't want to get someone's blood in our mouths, like zombies' blood, for instance. This could be used as a makeshift tourniquet. Small multi-tool, a couple Swiss knives. We got just a little small pocket knife. Polysporin, antibiotic cream, we got some sanitizer, Oragel. This is another small little fire kit. Just in case something happens to our primary fire kit, we have a backup in our first aid kit. Some medical tape, we got some duct tape, which could be used as medical tape. Good surgical scissors, we got some tweezers, bladder infection pills, Excedrin for headaches. If you're going to be out, the odds are you're going to have some dehydration, and you always get a headache when you're dehydrated, so Excedrin, no one wants a headache. Some simple antibiotics in case you get some kind of bacterial infection. An assortment of gauze pads in different sizes, all sanitized and sterile. Triangular bandage. We got some eye pads. This could be used as almost as an IV, or otherwise there's just some surgical tubing and other parts in there that could be utilized. A couple pain patches. Assortment of band-aids, and let's see, we got some Tagoderm as well. And of course we got a pair of rubber gloves, which I'm going to add some more of that actually. And then normally I also have a couple bottles of water to go along with this kit. The last thing I want to talk about here is the weapons. I've already talked a little bit about the BB gun and this knife here, but I also have a couple bigger weapons here I'd like to talk about. The first one, of course, being the AR-15. It's a .223 5.56 caliber, which during an apocalypse there's going to be an abundant amount of those laying around because so many people have those weapons, so it'd be easy to pick up ammunition for it. That's another reason why I ended up with a 9mm here. We'll talk more about that in a second. So for my AR-15, of course, it's the Zombie Slayer. Nothing less for a zombie apocalypse. And just so you can see, it is empty. Safety checked weapon here. And here's the 9mm. It's a Smith & Wesson Shield 9mm. And let me set this down. I'll just show you real quick that it is clear. Empty weapon. And I carry 2 magazines for it, fully loaded magazines. And for the AR, I only have 1 right now, but I plan on getting at least 1 more of those. So for that, I have a couple good primary weapons and then plenty of backup choices with my blades to get me to where I need to survive. Alright guys, I got my fully loaded weapons, got my extra magazines on, I got the full pack in. Let's weigh in real quick. Then I'll weigh myself without all this on, and we'll find out what the difference is and find out how much all my gear weighs. $199.4. Now I'll take all this off real quick and I'll weigh in again. Alright guys, I got all the gear off. I'm going to weigh myself again. We'll subtract this weight from the 199.4 and we'll know how much my gear weighed. 162.8. That puts me about 36.5 pounds, 37 pounds, right in that area, which is pretty light because I was trying to keep it under 40 pounds, which was my goal to get it under. So it worked. Alright guys, well thanks for watching my bug out bag, 72-hour bag. If there's anything you would do differently, maybe there's something else that I'm missing that I don't have, or maybe I have something in there that you don't think I should need, put it down in the comments and I'll look at your comments and I'll definitely take a suggestion. But under 40 pounds, I'm happy with it. You know, I've got 3 weapons, several blades, everything I feel I need to survive for at least 3 days. My ultimate goal is to have that last a little bit longer, plus I still need to make one for my wife, and now I have a 1-year-old son, so I really need to have something going on for him as well. So if you have any suggestions on how I can go about doing that, put that in the comments as well, and I'll definitely take that into consideration. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. Leave a comment, like this video. If you want to see more like this, let me know. But until then, thanks for watching you guys, and I'll see you next time.